Hi, I'm Sue from How to Help My Child. Today we're going to talk about transforming morning chaos into calm with 5 routine hacks. Let's face it, are your mornings a total nightmare with your child with autism or ADHD? Let's fix that today. Now, we all know that we struggle with chaotic mornings. One of my clients, Annie, she used to dread mornings. Her child refused to get dressed and to eat his breakfast, and they were always late for school. There was a lot of screaming and yelling. Nobody was happy. And one day she had a breakdown in the car after dropping the kids off to school, and she rang me and said, Sue, I cannot do this anymore. So we found some solutions and implemented them for her. The first thing we did was that we created a visual schedule. Now, visual schedules have got pictures or icons and they represent different activities. So, in the morning, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, eating breakfast, packing the bag, those types of things. And so, you put them up on the wall by where your child is working, in the bathroom for brushing their teeth, in their bedroom for getting dressed, on the fridge, even. And as they complete each thing, they move it to done and they feel a satisfaction of one, knowing what was coming, and two, completing what they had to do. Helps them to become independent and reduce their anxiety as well. So, visual schedules provide clear, concrete expectations and they help the child understand and follow what the routine is without constant verbal reminders. It's a win win for everybody. Now, the next thing you can do is to use timers for each activity. You can use a visual timer on your phone, an app. You can use the clock, set a timer on your phone or your stove, but it helps create a sense of urgency and also of structure. So your child knows that for this amount of time, they have to do this task. And then when that's finished, their body prepares as they transition. We all know kids with ADHD are really not good at focusing and sticking to a task. And this really helps them learn how to do it. So they might have to brush their teeth for 3 minutes, or they might have 10 minutes to get dressed. So the timers help your child to stay focused on the task that they're doing and to understand how long between each activity. It reduces the lack of focus and the distractions that happen with children too. Also, particularly boys, they love a challenge. So if you set the timer and say, right, you've got 3 minutes to pick up all the dirty clothes off your bedroom floor, you'll be surprised at how they go about doing that. The next thing you can do is to incorporate fun and rewards. Now, when the morning routine is all about screaming and yelling, you're not coping, your child is not coping, a great way to start the day for anybody. So, if you can make it a bit more enjoyable and have some fun elements and rewards for completing the tasks on time, you'll find they get done a whole lot quicker and a whole lot happier. So, if your child with autism really struggles to get dressed, try what I've just suggested. Have a race to get dressed and offer some small rewards. So, it might be putting that visual from to do to completed. It's a really sense of achievement when your child is able to do that. You might use a sticker chart or you might even just use a positive response. Our kids love our praise. They really do want to do the right thing. And sadly, they're not always able to do that. So we need to teach them the skills and the strategies and to be positive with that. Now, Mum, here's the biggest tip for you to have a calm morning. Prepare the night before. Now, I know days and nights are exhausting. So no matter how tired you are, spend 5 minutes the night before you go to bed to reduce the chaos in the morning. What that means is you might lay out their clothes or their uniform on a chair. You might pack their school bags. You might even prepare their lunchbox with the things that aren't going to go off. Pop it in the fridge if you've got a sandwich in there. You might prepare their breakfast items, have their cereal in a bowl ready to go, have the spreads out on the table, so you just have to put the toast in. You can even create a checklist of tasks for you to do, Mum, before you go to bed. Now, if you get really organized, you can include your child in that. And particularly our neurodivergent kids, they love knowing what to do and when to do it. So if they've got a checklist of what they are going to do, that will help They might pack their bag. They might put their lunchbox away into their school bag. So, what happens is in the morning, no last minute rushes, no screaming, no chaos, no, where's your uniform? Everything's already in its place, and you start your morning with a deep breath, knowing it's going to go fairly smoothly. So, make that your number one tip to prepare the night before. As adults, we have to remember that we are in control of our emotions. So try not to react to your child's emotions or out of control moments. Now, I understand when life is 24/7 with our kids, we're sleep deprived, we're exhausted, we haven't had any time for us. And trust me, with 3 boys, I have been there and done that. Some days, one foot after another, is just exhausting. But as the adult, you are in control of your emotions. So if you can stay calm and consistent, your morning will have a much better flow in it. The routines will happen. So, calm behavior, take a few deep breaths, even if things aren't going as planned. But if you can stick to your routine as much as possible, even on the weekends or holidays, you'll find that your child will just work so much better with you. So, consistency helps our children with autism and ADHD and other special needs feel secure and to understand that the routine is a safe place. It's an expected part of their day that doesn't often change. There's predictability. They don't need to be worried about things. And so, while you're calm, this reduces the stress for your child, but also for you. So, by implementing these 5 steps, you can transform your chaotic mornings into a calm and structured routine, making the start of the day smoother and more enjoyable for both you and your child. So, I'm Sue from How to Help My Child. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to try these routine hacks and to share your success stories in the comments. If you put the word morning into the comment as well, I'll send you something that will really help with those routines. So drop a note below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for joining, and I hope your mornings go smoothly too.